Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. So today is episode number 140 of the Level Up program, day number 55 of the Purple Belt. And if you're playing along in Crapsee, we have a brand new table today. It's C4. Actually, it's wrong on the screen there. Let me change it. It is right. C4, C2, E2. And again, what we're doing is we're going to continue on with this 3-2-4-6 dice set. And the 3-2-4-6 dice set is this dice set that we started last week. So this will be the second day that we're using this dice set. And I did not reset the stats because I was having some problems with my bone tracker, which is actually not the bone tracker's fault. It was actually Microsoft Excel's problem. So we'll be fixing that hopefully before we get started tomorrow. So we're just going to continue on with the dice rolls that we do have set up already. I am going early because I have other things planned today that I need to accomplish. So let's get this started here. Let me get KPI roll tracker engaged. And again, we're going to go with the 3-2-4-6 dice set. And we're going to start off with a $25 pass line bet. We're going to go with a $5 crap check. We're going to go with a 5-5-5 on that ATS. So let's call that all bets set here, guys. And dice out. This is roll number 1, shooter number 1 for the day. This will be shooter number 8 on the statistics. Dice out. Kind of a wild first toss, guys, but we have a 6-6-12. That would be all the dots and all the spots. And that'll be our new come out. It does not set a point, but it does set something for the ATS, and our craps check does pick that up. So that is a good start for dice results. A terrible start for dice throwing. So we're going to go back up on that $25 pass line bet. We have a 5-5-5 on that ATS. And we have that $5 craps check. Again, we're going to go 3-2-4-6 for the dice set. And as we get going here, guys, I will have a couple things I want to cover that I want to talk about today. But let's get this first shooter in under the way a little bit. And we have a 1-2 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So again, we have another craps check winner. And again, like I always say, like Alfredo from Texas Crap Shooter always says, do not work to come out. And please play a crap check on my throws. So again, $25 pass line bet. We actually made a profit so far of $20 on this shooter because of the 2 craps checks that got paid out. So we got 3-2-4-6. And dice out. And we have a first point. We have the Big Mac, the 5-4 hard 9. Obviously after Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps. That's one of the things we'll be talking about in a little bit. Jeff Mid-Atlantic Craps did a live stream this weekend, and I'll talk about it just a little bit here. So we have 3-2-5-4. And we're going to go with that 154 across bet level. I'm sorry, inside bet level. So that's going to be $35 on that 5 and 9. We're going to include the point here. And we're going to go $42 on the 6 and 8. And we'll call that all bets set here, guys. And dice out. Whoa, dice slipped out of my fingers. We got lucky and we buckshotted the point, guys. A terrible throw, but we have a 6-3-9, center field 9 this time. So point made. And that one I threw, and the left die actually slipped out of my fingers, so it was kind of a weird little grip or throw. So that was point made there. So all of our box numbers are turned off. We're going to stick with that $25 pass line bet, stick with the $5 craps, stick with the 555 because that's still intact. We've actually brought back $89 on this shooter so far. And we're going to go all bets set here. We got 2 people in Crapsee, 2 people watching on YouTube, and I do not have many people playing or watching right now because I'm actually going on live almost an hour earlier than normal today. And again, that's because of the holiday coming up and events that I have going on. Coming out, looking for a new point. And we have a square pair this time. 4-4 heart 8. And we're going to keep our box numbers the same as what we were at. They're just going to turn back on. We'll take at least one more hit before we regress our bets. Take a little bit of getting used to this dice set here. 3, 2, 4, 6. And if you guys are interested about this dice set, because this is not really a traditional dice set, go back to last week Friday's episode. So it'll be episode 139 of the Level Up program. And it will go through and show you guys exactly what happens with this dice set. So we have 35 and a 5 and 9, 42 and a 6 and 8, and we got all bets set here. Dice out. And another 8. Wow, we hit the buckshot 2 times in a row here. 3, 5, 8 this time, and that's called the Duracell 8. No, actually the Duracell 8 is 6-2. I apologize. I'm cross-calling here. So Duracell 8 is the 628. And he says support live craps whenever you see him, and he says thumbs up if you can. Anyhow, that was our point made. So we're going to be able to take all of our bets down once we get a new point established. And let's go with, we're going to stay the same here. $25 pass line, $5 craps check, and 555 and ATS. We have 4 numbers hit so far towards the ATS. And all bets set, dice out. 3, 2, 4, 6. And we have a 2, 4, 6 now. That's a 2x4. So 6 will become our new point. If you guys are following along on YouTube, make sure you say hi in the chat. Let me know that you're here. And we're going to take all of our bets down now. We're going to go to the 110 inside bet level. So that, and we're not going to cover the point this time. So we have 25 on the 5 and 9. We have 30 on the 8. We're going to go with $25 on that pass line bet, and that'll cover that 6, the point of 6. So we have $153 brought back. We have $120 on the table. Call that all bets set here and dice out. 3, 2, 4, 6. And we have a 4, 6, 10. That'd be Waylon's best friend way on that end, Daddy Joe. I don't like the way that right die took off on us. It kind of bounced off the wall and rolled way to the left. And that might have been the way that it came off the diamond that was on the back wall. So that was kind of an interesting roll on that. We don't have any money in the 10, but that does help us with the ATS. And we have the 11 left to hit that tall. If we can pick up the 11, then we'll have a tall hit. And we have a bunch of numbers left for that small with the 2, 4, and 5 left for the small. Okay, we got dice out here. All bets set. 3, 2, 4, 6. And we have a 1, 4, 5. That would be the horse and buggy. So I'm kind of liking this dice set so far. Again, this is only the second time that we've thrown this dice set. We've only thrown it 52 throws in that. Good morning, Alfredo. You were able to listen today. That's awesome. But this is a dice set that came up within Bone Tracker last week because I was really discouraged with the dice set that we used prior to that. But we're going to give this a try. It's a real unique dice set. Again, if you want to learn how the dice set works, go to episode 139 of last week, and that'll give you a good idea of what's going on. So that was the 5 that we hit there. We're going to press both the 5 and 9 up to $35. And we're going to call that all bets set and dice out. 3, 2, 4, 6. And we got a 639 again. Wow, that is starting to be a pattern number for the day. That is 1 die off access, which I'm totally cool with this dice set. This dice set seems to be 1 dice off axis is fine and a single pitch is fine. But if I go both 1 die off axis and single pitch, that's where some of those bad numbers will show up. So we're going to go to $60 on that 9. So we're pressing it up by a quarter, and we're going to rack the rest. We have $237 brought back to the rack. We have $165 on the table. 3, 2, 4, 6. And this is going to be roll number 9 for the first shooter. All bets set. And dice out. And we have another 639. So definitely a pattern number for this shot, at least for the day. So that was a nice little hit because we had that 9 at $60. So we're going to set the dice here, 3, 2, 4, 6. And then what we're going to do with the 9 is we're going to press that up to $90. So we're going to put another $30 on top of that 60. So that's a press and collect here. A way to get some money back into the rack before we start really pressing it up high. So 3, 2, 4, 6, and all bets set. And we have another 2x4. 2, 4, 6. And that's 6 of our points. So we hit the 3rd point here. So we're working on a 3-point fire bet if that was available. Looking for a 4th point now. And this is where we'll start paying off. Something that normally does not happen to me a lot is hitting the points, or at least a multiple number of points. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So good morning, Michael. So again, stick with the $25 pass line bet because that's a minimum pass line bet for the shooter. $5 crap check. We're still the 555 ATS intact. We're looking for the 2 and 4 for the small. We're looking for the 11 for that tall. And this is going to be roll number 9. So we actually hit a lot of numbers on that ATS in a very short period of time, which is usually a good thing. Dice out. And we have a 5-1 mixer, 156. So that'd be after Christmas Sideshow Gamble. So 6 is our point once again. So we did not pick up a 4th point here, which I don't know, it is what it is. 3, 2, 4, 6. And let's throw $25 pass line odds in there since we've hit that 6 a couple times already. So we have 341 brought back to the rack, 220 on the table, And all bets set. Dice are out. Here we go. Kind of veered to the left a little bit, but now we have that 5-3-8, and that's the second 5-3-8 that we threw for the day. So definitely getting some pattern numbers going on here. And again, on the KPI row tracker, we have a lot of the, not a lot, we have the results from last Friday included with today. I had some problem with my Microsoft Excel program today with the bone tracker, so I got to figure out what's going on with that. So we're just going to continue on with our dice results and that. And that was an 8. So we're going to press the 8 up to $42. And 376 brought back to the rack, 232 on the table. Dice out. And if you're playing along with Crapsee, I went with a little bit lower of a bankroll for this month. We started off with a $1,500 bankroll. It's a mixing bowl just slightly in that one, guys, and that was enough to get that one dice off axis in that single pitch. We end up with a 257, which is an ouch. 257 ouch. We had a good first roll for the day. That was 9 long. Actually, why is KPI not roll tracker not working on that for me? Because that should be a 7 out on there. It's still showing point. We'll have to look at that as we go forward here. That is very strange. My roll tracker is not updating either, guys. So please don't mind the roll tracker right now on KPI because it's putting in different numbers than what I'm entering in. Very strange. I don't know. We'll have to look it up, and I will have to correct it at a later time. So I'm going to try to keep KPI roll tracker going and see what they do. Very interesting. Okay. So anyhow, we're going to go back $25 pass line bet here, guys. And I don't know if my numbers on KPI are going to be accurate, but Crapsee's working good for me today, and that's a plus, I guess. So we got $25 pass line bet, $5 craps check, and 555 on that ATS. So last night I actually ended up going to the casino, went to Green Bay, to the Oneida Bingo and Casino, that is an Indian tribe casino up in Green Bay. And I played for about an hour. I had a $300 buy-in. I cashed out at $411. I dropped 10 for a tip for the dealers at the end. So it was fun. I got to shoot once. I was the last shooter before I left. Table was kind of cold all the way around. I ended up playing, it's a $10 table, so I played a $10 horseman on every single person except for myself. I played a 66 inside up for myself, and I ended up hitting the small last night, and I only needed the 11 in order to hit the all and the tall. So I was one number away from it. I had probably a roll of about, and I would be lying if I told you exactly, but somewhere around the 16 to 17 mark. So I actually hit the numbers really fast, and I used my 4-2-4-5 dice set last night. So 4-2-4-5, and like I said, 16, 17 rolls, and all I needed was the 11 for hitting that all. But I was the only one that even came close last night to hitting either the tall, or small, or the all. So all bets set here, guys, and dice out. Went off, veered a little bit, but we have the 5-1 mixer for a come out. So 6 is our point. And I wonder if there's something wrong with my computer here because Excel is not working. Now KPI is not working the way it needs to be. It's allowing me to enter my results, but it's not updating them on the screen. So something's kind of a little fishy going on here. But KPI is working, so we'll stick with that. 6 is that point. We're going to go with the 154 inside bet level. It's going to be 35 on the 5 and 9. And we're going with $42 on the 6 and 8. And again, we're going to go for 2 hits on this level. And then we're going to come back down to the 110 inside. So that should be putting us at a position where about $16, $17 into the shooter. And the reason being is because we have that pass line bet and because we have the ATS bet. So what we'll do is we take 1 hit after we get down to 110 and we'll be in the profit then. So 3 hits to profit on this one. And 3, 2, 4, 6, I'll bet set. And we have Snake Eyes, Magic Aces. Larry is in the house. 112. And it's very strange because on KPI Road Tracker, it is taking my numbers, but it's not updating the results or on the screen, which is kind of unique, I guess. Interesting to see what happens. Hopefully I don't have to go back and rewatch the video and update the numbers as I'm watching the video, but who knows, maybe. So anyhow, we got 6 was hit. No, that was a 2. We're looking for another inside hit for a first inside hit here. So that was a 2. We'll go all bet set here. And dice out. Ooh, hit the mixing bowl. We rolled it over. We got a 6, 4, 10. Waylon's best friend way in that end. Daddy Joe. So 10 is here. That still is not a point that we have that will be a hit, but that does help us with that ATS. So kind of an interesting thing happened to me on the way home last night from the casino. I was on the interstate, and in the state of Wisconsin, the interstate speed limit is 70 miles an hour. And I got about halfway home, and it's about a 45-minute drive home, by the way, but I got about halfway home, and there's a car in front of me going about 30 miles an hour. So we're going to stay with the same numbers on our bets here, guys. So I'll bet set. We'll go dice out. 3, 2, 4, 6. And we got 639, center field 9. So as I'm coming up on this card, it kind of has his brake lights on, and this is going on for about a mile as I'm catching up to him. And catch up to him, he's going about 30 miles an hour in the middle of the interstate. And this is, granted, 11:30 at night. So kind of, I don't know what's going on. I slow down, and just as I'm ready to start passing him, he starts swerving and he starts changing lanes kind of uncontrollably and that. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? The girlfriend's saying, Joe, don't pass him, don't pass him, don't pass him. So I don't pass him. And we follow him for about a mile, another mile or two. And he slows down to 19 miles an hour on the interstate. So we hit a 9 on that last one. We're going to go to $60. No, that's inside press. We're going to press at 44 inside here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not even paying attention. So we're going to press at 44 inside. So we now have 54 on the 6 and 8. We have 45 on that 5 and 9. We're going to take one more hit on that inside, and then we'll come down to 110 inside. So it slows down to 19 miles an hour. I pull up behind them, kind of going slow, and we figured out that something's wrong with them, so we end up calling the police. And we have a 459 this time. That'd be the Big Mac. Hard 9. Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps. So we call the police, call 911, and they say, hey, you know, if you could stay behind them, let us know. Put your 4-ways on, follow them. So that's what I did. And the guy went from 19 miles an hour, didn't see us for a while. I actually put my brights on this license plate so we can get the license plates and record that. And then he kind of goes 50 miles an hour and then back down to 25, and then he takes off. He finally sees me behind him with the brights on and the 4-ways going on, and he takes off, and he's going like 80 miles an hour. So we kind of speed up to stay behind him. And in the process of all this, 3 other cars our vehicles snuck past us. One was a semi truck and he got past no problem. Next one was an SUV, and just as the SUV was passing him, he started changing lanes without his blinkers on and runs that SAV so his left tires hit the ditch of the road. It was scary. I thought we were going to be in an accident there. I was far enough back to be safe in it, but we followed this guy for almost 15 miles before we got off the interstate, and he just happened to get off on the same exit that I was getting off on. So 3246 here. And we have a 1.5 mixer, Crisp Sideshow Gamble. So he gets off the interstate, he turns left onto a main avenue in the town that I live in. And by the way, we're going to come down to 110 inside because that's our second inside hit here. So we're going to go all bets down. We're going to go inside. And that was our point, by the way. So I'm not going to put anything up here. We're going to go with 24-hour pass line again. We're going to go with $5 crap check. So we're going to be looking for a new point. We've been $195 brought back to the rack so far. So we're doing well in this shooter. 3246 is the dice set. And we have a 538. So 8 will be our new point. So anyhow, the individual pulls off the interstate, takes a left off the interstate onto a main drag and starts speeding up excessively and comes up behind another vehicle and almost rear ends the vehicle on the main drag here in the town that I live in. And we kind of speed up a little bit. I keep my distance, so if he does get an accident, nothing happens. And then probably about, I don't know, half a mile off the interstate, he turns off onto a side street. Another side street kind of brings you into an industrial park, and he pulls into this parking lot of a building that's closed for the night. And we're going to go with that 110 inside bet level. So we're not going to cover the 8. So it's going to be 25 into 5 and 9. We're going to go $30 on that 6. The pass line covers that 8 for $25 there. I've got all bets set here. 3246 is the dice set. So anyhow, he pulls into this park and he sits there for a little bit. And just as he's ready to turn around, I'm parked down the street with my four-way still going a little bit. I'm afraid he's going to come back towards us. And just as he almost starts pulling out, 2 police cars come in and just swarm him. We have a 145, the horse and buggy. So we ended up having to stay there till about 12:30 last night. We had to do a police report. We had to submit a report to the police. So kind of an interesting ride home. Very interesting. The individual ended up actually being extremely intoxicated to the point where they couldn't even do the field sobriety test. They just ended up bringing him right to the hospital to do the blood draw. So it's kind of an interesting ride home. So that was a 5 on that. So we're going to bring the 5 and 9 up to $35. And let's get going on a rolling here. I'm sorry for the long story there. Again, if you're watching KPI, for some reason my KPI is not updating on the screen. It is allowing me to enter the results, but for some reason the screen is not updating. And we have that Ace Deuce Alfredo sauce. That'd be Alfredo from Texas Crap Shooters. And if you guys have not seen the Texas Crap Shooters YouTube channel, make sure that you do check them out. Extremely entertaining, extremely informative. He does a lot of talk about betting and shooting, and he's trying to get the community involved. He's trying to grow the craps community. So make sure that you do check him out. And if you have not, please make sure that you subscribe to him if you do like what you see at his channel. That was a 3 that does nothing for our bets, but it does help with the ATS. We have the 4 for the small that we need. We need the 11 and 12 for that tall. All bets set and dice out. And we have a 2-2. That'd be a hard 4 ballerina. And that 2-2 is, I don't know what that is. We'll have to check to see how the 2-2 comes up. Let's get documented in Crapsee. So obviously the 2 on the black dice is a single pitch, and that would be an implosion of the other dice. So we have a single pitch and an implosion. So that's the scary territory where we do not want to be at. Oh, we hit the small guys. Thanks for showing that up there, Alfredo. Did not even realize that. So we hit the small guys. Wow. I am one step behind today. So let's do this one. So we hit the small. Let's pick that 4 and 10 up for $25 a piece. So we have all of our numbers covered. And that's exactly what happened to me last night. I hit that small in a very short amount of rolls. 3, 2, 4, 6. It's kind of weird with KPI not working here, so I was not able to catch that right away. And we have a 3, 6, 9, definitely repeating that 3, 6 or the 6, 3. It's coming up both ways here. And that's a center field 9. So we're looking for that 11 and 12 now for the tall and the all. So we had, I wish KPI was working here because I could tell you how many rolls we're in here. I think we're in like 11 rolls here right so far for this shooter. I'm not sure. I think we got a 15 and an 11 to start the day off because the last week I had a 17, 9, 2, 4, and 5, and 7, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, so that was the 9. We're going to go to $60 on that 9, so we're going to drop a quarter onto it. And we'll call that all bets set. 9 is definitely a hot number today. And dice out. And we have another 3, 6, 9, so you might want to consider hopping that 9. I don't really do a lot of the hop bets, though. And I was talking to Alfredo the other day after one of the live streams that we did because he went live a couple times this week, and I jumped on one of them. And we're going to go to $90 on that 9 right now. So we're going to make that 9 look like 90. And what was I going to say about the Alfredo thing? Can't remember. But yeah, he went live a couple times this week, and make sure that you check it out. I jumped on both Friday and Saturday night. Friday night was a kind of a rollout. He had 4 people that were playing, and he was dealing for us. And Dialing from Skill and Luck beat us all. We have the 6, 6, 12, all the dots and all the spots. And guys, we only need that mid-mo yo in order to get that tall and the all. So this is definitely a good dice set for me so far. And this is the exact same spot that I was in last night at the casino. I only needed that mid-mo yo in order to hit everything. It was pretty cool, actually. So 11 rolling the shooter, next is number 12, okay? So we got all bets set here. And dice up. And we do not have that, but we have the double degen, the 3, 3 heart 6. Kind of strange because only some of my KPI is working. So if you look at the shooter totals on the bottom, those seem to be working. The gray and white box on the bottom left side of my screen. So those seem to be working. Nothing else does on the KPI. Very, very interesting setup there going on. So that was a 6. We're going to bring that 6 up to $42. So we currently have $543 brought back at this shooter. We have $252 on the table. This is definitely a good way to start the month on Crapsee. So far, every month in Crapsee, I have lost money by the end of the month. Kind of weird, but it is what it is. And that's why we're going through and working on this betting strategy here to try to improve it to make it more profitable as we go forward. Plus, we have the Chicago trip coming up in August, and we have the 6-4-10, Waylon's best friend on an N, Daddy Joe. We have the trip coming up in August to Chicago, and I want to be in a very good place for that trip because a $25 table is what we're going to be playing on, something that I've really never ever played before. So that makes me nervous a little bit because of the bankroll size that I have. 3, 2, 5, 4, 6 is going to be that dice set. And we threw a 10, so we're going to push our pressure that 10 up to $50. 592 brought back, 277 on the table, and all bets set. And we have another 369. Definitely hot, hot, hot. So the other show that Alfredo did was his bonus craps show. He had Arnell and Ed from Roll to Win on, and they had quite a show going on there. That was $126 brought back on that bet there. So we're going to be able to press that 9 up to $150 now. And I started watching his show on Saturday, and I've watched it for quite a while. And then I stopped watching because I had to eat supper with the family, and then I went back after supper and watched, and they were still on. So I decided to jump on. It was a good show. They talked a lot about betting, different ways to bet, specifically ways to bet with ATS tables. So something very interesting to watch. And then I jumped on. We had a lot of good conversations. So really cool setup the way he has that going there. And we have a 235 this time. We have a Michael Jordan. That's the first one for the day, I believe. We had 5s before, but that's the first 2-3 that we've thrown. And that's going to allow us to bring that 5 up to $60. So now we have almost all the numbers pressed up at least once except for that 4. 3, 2, 4, 6, and definitely loving this dice set so far. So hopefully it treats us well. We got all bets set here. Good morning, Marble Fork. You got here late, but I started really early today because of my daily events that are planned today. I had to go live. I'm on granddaughter babysitting duty today. And I need to get the show in before she wakes up. 2-2, hard 4. So that'd be the ballerina, and we've thrown that a couple times already today. So we're going to bring that 4 up to $50. And I'm going to start trying to incorporate something here something that Alfredo was talking about several times in the past, and it kind of rung a bell with me yesterday, where he, if a number is pressed up substantially, but it does not hit for a few rolls, like he says, like 4 or 5. Good morning, Coach Joe. Like 4 or 5 rolls, that he'll pull that down or maybe cut it in half in order to get a collection. So if we have a bet that comes up here that does not hit, say we throw a craps number or something like that, it does not pay out, we're going to pull one of these other numbers down halfway to at least get a collect on that and get some of the money off the table, because we have $816 brought back. We have $387 on the table, and let's go all bets set here and dice out. People are starting to wake up on a July 3rd morning, Monday morning. And that one kind of rolled a ways, but we got a 1, 2, 3 Alfredo sauce. That was roll number 19 for this shooter. So with what I just said, that 10 is not hit for a while. So let's pull that 10 back down to $25. So we'll at least collect $25 on that shooter there. So 816 brought back to the rack, 362 on the table right now. We got 3246. And all bets set. Dice out. And we have a 2x4, 426. So last night when I was at the table, I really made a conscious effort to concentrate when I was shooting. And again, I only shot once. I shot, like I said, 16, 17 rolls. Just missed hitting the ATS by the 11. I hit the small right away. I was the only one on the table to do that. Just missed the tall. And when I was at the table, this is actually a conversation topic that came up the other night with Ed from Roll the Wind. That was a 6, by the way, that we just rolled. So we're going to press that 6 up to $66. And I made a comment because one of the Jalen actually made a comment about becoming an intermediate shooter. So what do you need to do when you're an intermediate shooter? What are some of the things you should do to become a better shooter? And I made a comment about starting a YouTube channel, because when you do a YouTube channel, you got to learn the dice sets. You have to learn, throwing the dice, entering in a KPI, entering it on Crapsee, talking, watching the chat. And there's so many different distractions that go on. Now we have a 6-3-9 this time, so we flipped them around. We were throwing the 3-6 for quite a while. Now we have that 6-3. And last night I was at the table and I made a conscious effort to focus on my concentration. And it's amazing, guys. It's amazing how easy it is to concentrate at the craps table now, because there's all these other things that I'm normally doing and I'm not able to concentrate to the level that it takes to be, good at the casino. So it's really neat on how that worked out. I said that was a $150 9 that I have there. So I'm going to press that up to $250. So we're going to drop another $100 onto that 9. So we have $250 on a 9. We have 1,075 brought back. We have 486 on the table. And we'll go all bets set here. That was roll number 21. This is roll number 22 coming up here. So we had 2 really good rolls here so far today. But it was kind of a refreshing throw last night. It seemed like very little pressure. I was able to focus and concentrate extremely well. That right die stuck and kind of hit the ball and just stopped. But we have the 314 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey, and that's the first time we've thrown a Big Joe today. If you're watching Alfredo's live yesterday, he threw probably about 15 Big Joes throughout his time throwing yesterday. So that was a big hot number for him yesterday. 3246 is that dice set. And we're going to press that 4 up to $100. 1173 brought back, 536 on the table, and I'll bet set. Good morning, Nuts and Bolts. Good morning, Frida. I started early today, guys. So again, I have things going on this weekend and today. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what time I'm going to go. Probably about the same time. I'm not sure. So keep an eye open. And we have another square pair, heart 8. 4-4, heart 8. definitely turned into a profitable shooter here. And that was our point. So that's point hit. So we're going to stick with the $25 pass line because I am the shooter here, $5 craps check, and we're going to put odds on there when we get back. Hey guys, we're still looking for that 11, the Minmo Yo, in order to hit that tall and the all. Again, that was the number that I was stuck on last night at the table. 3246 is the dice set. Second day we're using this. All bets set. And dice out. Kind of veered it off to the right a little bit here, guys. But hey, guess what just happened? We have the 5-6 mid-mo yo, and that would be the tall. We hit the tall, guys, and we hit them all. So huge win on that one. That is awesome. Good morning, Randall. So guys, hey, that was very, very, very awesome. We have $2,118 brought back, 526 on that table. That was a come out roll, by the way. I didn't even realize that. So we're gonna go $25 pass line bet there yet. $5 on the crap check. We're gonna go back up on the ATS. This time let's do the 10, 10, 10. And see if we can hit the tall or small again, once again here, guys. That was an awesome win. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So 3246. And let's go all bet set. I'm just curious real quick to see where's what. Alfredo's in first place here, guys. He has a profit of $2,545. I'm at $2,262. We have East, I think that's East Coast Craps at $1,600. We have Frida at $414 and Marble Fork at $46. So we have got 7 people playing here on Crapsee. A lot of the people don't have their bets up that high yet because they're just joining in. Remember, I started off early today. So, okay, we'll go looking for that come out. And Justice Jen is joining in. 3246. And we have a 235 Michael Jordan. I believe that's the second time we've thrown that today. And again, if you're just joining in, guys, my KPI screen, the numbers on the side and the numbers on the top, along the top of my thing, are not working right now. But if you're watching the gray box on the bottom left side of the screen, those are working. So this is roll number 26 coming up here. And our point is 5. So we're going to take that $60 off the 5. We're going to move that over to the 8. So make that 8 look like $60. And we're going to put, let's go $25 and pass line odds on there. So 2113 brought to the rack, 581 on the table. 3246 is the dice set. And this is going to be roll number 26. Dice out. And we have a 628. That would be the Duracell 8. Support live craps. So that's the first 6-2 that we've thrown today. So Duracell is finally in the house. Nice coffee run, Alfredo goes. That's awesome. Thank you, Michael. And nuts and bolts. Fireworks. Yep. It's at 3246. And if you guys are following along here, Michael makes a comment about the aggressive betting and one of the biggest challenges is just getting the guts to bet big. That is one of the things that I am practicing for here, because at the $25 table that we played in Chicago, I have the progression set up, and I have it set up so that way I have enough money bringing back into the rack as long as the roll gets a little bit of length to it. So we're putting money up on a table as well as bringing money back to the rack. So we'll go all bet set here, guys, and dice out. And we have a 5-4 Big Mac, hard 9. So it'll be a 4-5 variety. 9 is definitely the hot number today. 3, 2, 4, 6. And we're gonna go to $350 on that 9 now. So we're gonna drop another $100 on it onto it. 25.33 brought back, 681 on the rack. So we got 35 this time. If we hit this one, we're gonna go to $500 on a 9. And the reason I go with $500 is because that's the table maximum at the Green Bay Casino that I go to. They have a $500 max bet. So I included that into my progressions for betting. So if we can hit the 9 one more time, they'll be up to $500 on that 9, which is the first time I've ever done that in my entire life, which is awesome. And let's go all bet set here, guys, and dice out. Yeah, we got the 5-1 mixer, Chris from Sideshow Gamble. And I asked myself, where was this roll last night when I was at the casino? I did well. Do not get me wrong, I did very well at the casino last night. I shot once, I had like a 16, 17, hit the small. I came home with a profit, so that's awesome. So that was the 6. We're going to bring that 6 up to $90. So now every one of the numbers are pressed up except for that 10, which is fine because that's why we're betting the way we are. We're trying to bet the hot numbers and press those numbers up. So we got 3, 2, 4, 6. And another Duracell 8, 2, 6, 8. Go out and support live craps. So Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps put a very interesting and very factual video out, of video where he was actually sharing his opinions, and I will give you a major applause for putting your thoughts out there, Jeff. And I do appreciate that video. So if you guys, make sure you go check it out. He talks about what his thoughts are about the current state of the craps community right now and where he's going to be going in the future regarding craps as far as this channel goes. So that was the 8 there, guys. We're going to go up to $90 on the 8 as well. So we currently have $26.80 brought back to the rack. We have $735 on the table. All bet set. 8 people are in Crapsee. We have 12 people watching on YouTube. People finally caught up to me since I started early today. And I apologize not for not letting anybody know that I was doing this. And we have a 6-4-10. So that is the third time this shooter that we've hit that 10. So we're going to start pressing that back up again. And now this puts me in a situation, guys, of what do I do? We're getting pretty far into this roll. We have quite a bit of money back on the table. And I know in the casino what I would do is we're going to press that 10 up to $50. But in the casino, I would probably pull down to maybe like a 320 across or something like that. So we take half of that money back. Well, we have $760 on the table right now. And that would be a huge win or profit for me. But we're going to continue on betting. We're going to keep on pressing those bets up here today on the Crapsee side of things. So yeah, that's what Fredo's saying. He'd go 150 into 6, reduce the 9, and hopping. It's not a bad idea. I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing right now, but that was one of the things that Alfredo and I talked about, is coming up with a betting schematics, if you will. And that's something we might be working on in the future here together as a team. And we have another Duracell 8268. Support live craps. And as he says, give thumbs up. We have got 13 people watching. I don't know how many thumbs up there are, or how many thumbs down there are, even, for that matter. But that's the 8 there. And we're going to bring the 8 up to $120. So let's do this one. So let's take Alfredo's suggestion here, and let's go down to 150 on the 9. Let's go to 120 on the 8 and 120 on that 6. So that way we took a little bit of money off, but we were able to press up all the inside numbers, essentially. And let's put another $25 in pass line odds there. So 28.32 brought back. We have 6.45 on the table. 3.246. So that way we were able to bring a little bit of money back, and we actually have quite a bit of money out on the table yet. And we're working on the ATS again. We have the 2, 3, 4 for the small. We need the 11 and 12 for the tall. And this is roll number 32 for this shooter. Dice out. And we have a mid-mo yo 6511. Does nothing for our best, but does help us with that ATS. Gets us one step closer to hitting it. And again, that was a number that stuck me last night. So all we need is the midnight to hit that tall once again. Something I have never done as far as repeating multiple ATS bet hits. 3-2-4-6. And 8 people playing Crapsee, 14 people watching along. Thanks out. And we have another mid-mo yo. So we're definitely on a pattern here. It has switched a little bit. So probably nice that we took some of those bets down and spread the profit across. And yes, Jen, I did say across. A while back, Jen was teasing me for my Wisconsin accent. 3-2-4-6. Good morning, Roger. And again, all bets set here. Peace out. And we have a 2-1-3 Alfredo sauce. And again, if you're just joining in, guys, the KPI roll tracker is not working on my screen right now. If you look at the gray box that's keeping track of the numbers on the bottom left side of the screen, that is working, by the way. And that was 34 rolls. And we scored 587 roll tracker, roll quality score points already. That's pretty amazing. 3-2-4-6 is the dice set. And that was a 3, so that does nothing for our bets, our box numbers. And we are still trying to hit that 12 for the tall. We need the 2 and the 4 for the small. Guys, we are very close to hitting that ATS twice in the same shooter here. All bets set, dice out. See if we can knock those bookends off. And it comes to an end, guys. We have a 1, 6, 7. Ouch. Amazing, 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 amazing rolls here, guys. So we have the 1, 6. And that brings that shooter to an end. By the way, that was the longest shot I've ever had on video today. That was 35 rolls long. So Alfredo says drinks on him. Buddy, if I was playing craps with you at the table, I would expect a lot more than drinks from you because I know you would have made a killing off of that roll. So let's go, since I don't have the statistics that'll come up. Actually, I don't think I will. Let's see what happens if I go to that screen. Yeah, I don't think they updated it at all with that. Today we threw exactly 50 throws. So we had a 15 rower and a 35 rower. If you look on that left side with the shooter number 7 and shooter number 8 was today's rolls. So 50 rolls, 2 shooters. Can't complain about that. But I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, with that right there. Make sure, guys, that you have a safe and fun holiday coming up. Tomorrow is July 4th. I will try to go live in the morning, so make sure that you guys do join in. I'm not exactly sure what time it's going to be. Somewhere between 7 to 8 o'clock Central Time in the morning, I will be going live. But hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. Everybody enjoy and have a great day.